If Namjoon had a secret kink and asked you to spit butter into his ass. Hello, beautiful, wonderful, and exceedingly weird people of the internet. It's Kendall here. A few days ago on Twitter, I asked you guys to send me some weird, interesting, exciting questions. Basically, I wanted to do a Q&A that would not bore everyone to death. This is what happened. You guys ended up sending me some weird questions, some very interesting scenarios. You guys are just a ball of surprising. Y'all range from like really mild-mannered suburban grandma to like high-class hooker. No, not even high-class, like cupcake hooker, like a real raw. So if a person's breath stink and I offer them gum, but they turned me down and said, no, it's okay, do I have the right to be mad? Yes. Because that's rude. You're not reading the air. You're not breathing in your own. I always accept gum because I don't know what somebody else is trying to tell me. I like garlicky things for lunch, okay? Nothing wrong with that. It's good for the heart. You, Namjoon, 30-second interview. What do you ask? Side note, I've been asked a lot of questions about Namjoon BTS overall in these questions. So be prepared for that. If you could name just one person that is a singular musical inspiration for you, who would that be? What other forms of art do you partake in? Are you only a musical person, or do you like to do things with your hands? That sounded sexual. This is the biggest philosophical question of 2017, and I want to hear your take on it. Is water wet? I did not have an opinion on this until I saw this video. I'm gonna just pop it in here.
This is the video that's gonna end the water is wet debate once and for all. My answer? Water's not wet! I'll tell you why. To say that something is wet means that the water on the surface of that something can be removed. You get caught outside in the rain. You say, oh, my hair got wet. Now I gotta get it redid. Oh, my shoes got wet. Now I gotta let them sit outside and dry. You don't say that the ocean gets wet. It's just water. Water is water. Fire, right? We know that it burns things, right? But it's not in and of itself burned, right? Water, it wets things, but it's not in and of itself wet, okay? The word wet is only supposed to be used when water gets on something. For example, if I were to splash water on this mirror right here, I'd say it's wet. But if it were somehow possible to splash water droplets onto water, where you could see the water droplets sitting on the water, you'd say, oh, that water is wet.
I agree. Is what I'm getting at. I just turned 17, about to turn 32 in 3 days, standing in the kitchen with no legs, jumped off the roof and landed on the ceiling. What's the temperature gonna be? Green. If BTS was in a fight to the death, who would win? It would either be just the brute animalistic nature of Suga, because he always mad at somebody, so he seems like he's gotten like practice and beating niggas ass, or Namjoon because he's smart, strategic. Usually he can plan an attack, or maybe even V because he's so weird. He'd kind of be like Mr. Bean in Rat Race, where it's like he made it way farther than you were expecting him to.
Am I too late? Look, I won a coin, a gold coin. Oh, isn't this wonderful? Look at this room. What a beautiful room. Have you seen this room?
Yes, we're in it.
Meanest, coldest comeback you've ever thought of right after you missed your opportunity. I'm just gonna link the entire eyebrow video up there. Favorite memes of this year. Basically anything that has to do with Wendy Williams. I just find Wendy Williams in a lot of ways such a memeable figurehead, and not to make fun of her passing out, but I must say, once we all realized she was alive, I was like, thank God, because this is some quality right here. 1 year left in your life, only one place to live it. It can't be with your family and you're doing this on your own. Where would you go? Some parts of Alaska, maybe. I don't want to hang out with people that I don't know, because it's like it's a bunch of wasting time of trying to figure out other people. So I just figure out myself, enjoy the experience, and then just slowly die under the northern light. What is the weirdest thing a fan did to you? That's gonna have to wait for a story time. I'm sorry. He was a nice guy and he didn't mean anything by it, but it was just the weird exchange, and he was very drunk. It doesn't sound, wow, it sounds way worse. I describe it as vague as I just did. It's not that bad. It's nothing like violent or gross in any way. He was just weird. What about K-pop? Korean culture makes you cringe the most? The blatant under-informed usage of other cultural artifacts. Notice I'm not using the word cultural appropriation because I feel like that word is so overused and misused, and at this point, I don't think anyone really knows what it means, so I'm gonna be very, very specific. The usage of things and having no idea where it comes from. Granted, we've all been guilty of like using products or using clothing or styles that we don't really know where it comes from. I think because of the rotation of styles in Korea, that it rotates so quickly, it pisses you off more because it swoops in and swoops out so quickly. It's like, oh, you just took my entire cultural artifact and was just like, yay, cool, gone. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people who are wearing like shirts of like prominent people in black music, black art, whatever, and I'm like, oh cool, you're a fan of so and so, and they're like, who? Literally the people on your shirt. There was a kid I knew that had a Run DMC shirt, had no idea who it was, and it was just like, wow, fun. All I'm saying is, if you don't wear anything on a shirt that has like a person's face on it, or if you're gonna use any style that's exceedingly prominent among another cultural group of people, I just recommend being knowledgeable. Because if I hit you with the, hey, what's your favorite Run DMC song? And you like, who? That's not just something Korean related, but it's just like Korea is really big on aesthetics. And so it becomes like a more concentrated situation in that particular thing. Would you rather drink a liter of someone else's blood clean or a teaspoon of, I hate that word, the blood? Because I feel like blood is a delicacy in a lot of places around the world. They put it in food, put it in soups and stews and sausages. Do I think I would like it? No. I've had blood sausage, not my favorite thing in the world. What is the most mental thing you've ever done? I bit someone. That might have to be another story too. I was in high school. It was that weird time in high school. This kid starts throwing rocks at you from the bushes. What you doing? The thing that's interesting about this question is that they attached it with an accompanying picture, as if seeing who the person is would make me more or less inclined to drop kicking him. I can guarantee you I would drop kick regardless. He, this one's referring to Namjoon, says he'll give you free tickets for his upcoming show, backstage passes, and a date. But he says you have to eat his earwax. What you doing? Again, my response will not change based off of whose kink this is, okay? The kink itself, I'm not eating anyone's earwax. And I must say, even if I was like completely enthralled with somebody, if their first words to me was like, you know what I'm really into? Earwax play. Come lick my ear canal. I can guarantee you that enthrallment, that attraction would no longer exist. This is a non-question to me. If a Nigerian prince asked you for your hand in marriage, would you go for it? Yeah. I'd be a princess. Like actually, not just like figuratively the way that I like portray myself to other people, but like I would literally be a princess. At some point I would be literally Queen Kennie. Absolutely. On a scale of A to Z, A being 6 and Z being an apple, what's your favorite color on a warm winter day? Persimmon. You're stuck in an elevator with any member of BTS. Who would it be? But the twist is that the elevator is hella small and they breath kicking. It would be Jimin because he's the most compact. You've been playing Namjoon and Dean for a while and then both of them propose. Who you're choosing as your husband? So the thing is, as much as I love Dean, that dude don't talk. Like, I don't know nothing about Dean outside of like the 4 words that he says on broadcast. I don't know, he might be hilarious. He might be one of those people that just don't talk much, but behind the scenes, he's just hysterical. But as things stand right now, I don't even know what we talk about. How to deal with colorism. What an interesting question. Colorism has a lot less to do with the person actually being discriminated against, right? So does any ism for that matter. It's the aggression of an outer force of people, systems, what have you. As far as how to deal with it, it just comes to reaffirming yourself that you are gorgeous, you are beautiful, your skin is beautiful. Most importantly, it's not that you're beautiful despite being whatever shade of whatever you are. You are beautiful because of it, even more so because of it. And if other people can't see it, they can kiss my ass. They can kiss your ass. They can kiss all the asses on the planet. When can we expect to see that brand expansion happen, sis? We want to see the second channel already. It's funny you bring that up. I'm starting it on my birthday this coming January 9th. It will have absolutely nothing to do with the content that I do on this channel. It will have nothing to do with beauty. It will have nothing to do with Korean stuff. It'll just be a little dose of sarcasm. I only rarely get to show at its full potential on this channel, so stay tuned. If you were trapped in an elevator, again, if you're trapped in an elevator, 54th floor, you have 10% left and almost no signal. You get in touch with the rescue team, but as you're talking to them, Ratmon calls you. Are you going to answer with there being a 90% chance of your phone dying? Okay, again, I'm a fan, not stupid, okay? And I get more questions of people saying, like, in a situation like this, would you just do something that's straight up stupid or make a common sense decision? I will still talk to the rescue team. And y'all do realize that if he called me, I now have his number, right? Are you my cousin? I could be, because apparently any round-faced brown girl with soft features, for some reason, we all look alike. What's your best movie, drama, TV show recommendation? Okay, listen, I don't have any of those. What I do have is a webtoon, which is bomb. Winter Woods. I'm gonna plug it everywhere. Any point I have the chance, I will plug it everywhere I go. Singing from the mountaintops. You'd think I wrote it. What is the weirdest way you've been injured? When I was a kid, I would say like 6, 7 years old. I really wanted a water slide, and for whatever reason, we just never got one. So what I did is while I was taking a shower, and our shower was like a shower bath combo, I just took the foot mat out of our bathtub, just slid back and forth, eroding my ass skin, just completely rug burn. I didn't even know you could get like chafed in that way, bleeding all up and down my back and on my butt. Didn't feel it until I got out of the shower. How do you deal with haters? I've been asked this question before, and my answer isn't that different, but I guess I do want to add something onto it. My old answer, and still I guess part A of this answer, is that it is not my job to deal with haters. It's their job to deal with me. A lot of people like go to like external blogs and all that to look for information about themselves, and that's not something I've really ever done. I probably did it once, and at the time people didn't hate me, so I don't know if that's changed. It probably has. Every once in a while I'll get sent people that hate me from blogs. That's the only time I would see it. It's not my job. It's not my job to seek out who hates me today when I have so many people that really appreciate my content and really like me as a person. And beyond that, as far as like to deal with it, because I assume you're talking about like, you know, you might feel hurt or something like that by something that someone said, yada yada yada. When you actually have perspective about like thinking about it, like this is a person that in all honesty doesn't have a lot going for them, and so they rage about that on the internet by putting animosity towards other people. That's a pitiful fact. That's not something really to get angry about. Think about how sad that person actually is, like things that could potentially be going wrong in their lives, and it's like, if this makes you feel better, honey, I hope you feel better so that at some point you won't be such a volatile, vile person. People will sit there and write full-on essays. You don't write that much for school. And if you did, you wouldn't have time to be just like, oh girl, join a charity, rescue some dogs. If you have sex with a clone of yourself, is it incest? No, it's masturbation. If Namjoon had a secret kink and asked you to spit butter into his ass. If Namjoon had a secret kink and asked you to spit butter into his ass, would you do it? So the question you're essentially asking me is, if someone I was dating had a secret kink that consisted of me spitting butter into their butthole, would I do it? You know, the biggest problem here is that I'm more of a margarine person. What do you think is something that everyone looks stupid doing? When you like chat your pants and then you try to like do the little crab walk to find new underwear. Sheikah stole your wallet. Jay Park used your picture for PR purposes without— that's a lot of P's in one sentence. Jay Park used your picture for PR purposes without permission. And Loco calls you a fat ass as he stuffs his face with a burger whilst you're eating your bougie salad in peace. Who you mad at most? The thing is, Loco don't matter because it has nothing to do with me getting this money. So the only two that actually matter about me getting this money is the wallet being stole or you stealing my face that I could have made money from. I'm gonna say Jay Park simply because I feel like I could have made more money in that. Like, I can cancel all my cards and I don't tend to carry cash. I'm actually really thinking this through. So Sheikah basically stole my contacts prescription and like my Sephora points card, which is essentially you want to give me some points. Is it bestiality if you have sex with an alien? It depends on how much they look like humans. Are they like the ones that they do Unlike video games where there's just essentially a human, but they're just blue. If caffeine was illegal, what would his street name be? Double shot, riding the beam. Not my best work. If you had a choice between telling Namjoon his breath stank or Jay Park he smells like hot dog water, which one would you choose? Oh, always Jay Park hot dog water. The thing is, I love Jay Park in a sense. I have a love-hate relationship with Jay Park. He reminds me of a lot of people I've known. It doesn't even matter who the other person was. If it was someone else completely, it would always be Jay Park. Marry, kill, RM, Dean, Sam D. Ooh, you wrong for that. Okay. For those of you that have never heard me say this, I find Simon D to be one of the sexiest men I've ever seen in person. And it's not just how he look, it's a way about him. He got that zaddy, like, he's zaddy. Can't believe I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say kill Dean because he don't talk. Again, it all goes back to that. I'm sure he has like a lovely sense of humor off camera. Now it's Rapmon versus Sam D. Well, technically it's like a question of would I rather have sex with somebody once or have sex with them for the rest of my life. Blow Sam D's back out and marry Namjoon. Simply because Sam D was in a real long-term relationship. And like a real long term. And I'm just like, that sounds messy. I hope you enjoyed this mess that is this Q&A. If you have any more weird questions that will possibly be in the next time we do this, don't forget to put those down in the comment section. Follow me on all my social media, all of which are KennieJD. Like this video because apparently that really matters because all the YouTubers are telling people to like it for some reason, so please like it. And I will see you guys next time.